Next up is a company that combines two loves into one product.
Hi Sharks, my name is Chase Terrell and I'm from Sand Springs, Oklahoma.
My name's Chris Deedy and I live in Austin, Texas.
This is my son and my brother-in-law, and I'm Jake Rutledge, the inventor of
The Chillin' Reel.
Today we're fishing for $300,000 for a 10% stake in our company.
Wow. My dad has solved one of the world's biggest problems.
Hey, hold my beer! Don't crazy watch this! I got a fish on!
Hold your own darn beer. I got one on too. Chase, hold my beer.
I can't, man. My hands are full over here, too! How am I supposed to reel in this fish and hold my beer at the same time? There's gotta be a better way! That's why I invented the Chillin' Reel. The only drink insulator you can fish with, and the only drink insulator with a handline reel on the side.
If you enjoy fishing and you know how much of a hassle it is to pack all your gear just to casually pitch out a line.
Obviously, the Chillin' Reel was not made to reel in a marlin. However, what it was made for is nothing short of a real good time.
We have the Chillin' Reel designed to be easily castable, reelable, and of course, drinkable. Just pitch it out, grab your slack and tip it back, and start reeling them in cold.
We've caught bass, crappie, and catfish on the Chillin' Reel. But today, we're fishing for sharks. Who's gonna take a bite?
Nice, nice.
Where's the rod? Like, how is the rod?
This is the rod.
There is no rod.
That's the rod?
Right, this is it. This is your rod.
Lauren, with the fish you're catching, this is good enough.
So this just is basically for smaller fish. You're not taking it that serious, right? So how much pound test line is on here?
8-pound test is on there. But
8 pounds?
Actually, I have thrown 50-pound braid on there.
Yeah.
And I've caught a 16-pound blue cat. I caught a 3.5-foot hammerhead shark.
Really?
Yes. If you hold the line and try to reel it, it'll cut your hand. But if you sit here and use this as your crank.
Is that in Florida?
Yes.
Tell us what's happening there.
Well, I'm reeling a fish in right now.
Where's the fish?
He's coming.
It's coming. Boy, that's a big boy. That's a big boy. That's a big boy.
I don't have my phone or I'd pull it out and show you. You can look.
I hope you send it back, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's be clear though, it's not made for the big guys.
It's for those days when you just want to chill and reel.
It's fascinating.
I gotta know, what happened to you guys to invent this?
Okay, here's the story. My family, we're on a family vacation down in Florida, and we're all out in the water drinking a beer, and I look down and there's fish everywhere. Well, I gotta catch those fish. And my buddies looked at me and they said, man, you bring a rod out here, you are gonna upset everybody out here. I said, hey, watch this. I didn't even have to say hold my beer. I just went in, tied some line onto the bottom of my koozie, wrapped it around, would come out, pull all the string out, throw it out, catch a fish, reel it in. I just kept spilling my beer everywhere.
Did you catch anything?
Oh yeah, we were always catching fish.
Jake, what's your background?
I've been a Tulsa firefighter for 21 years.
Good for you.
Thank you. So I have always wanted to come up with something.
And never did you ever dream you'd be fishing and drinking and ending up on Shark Tank.
That's it.
Why don't we start with last year's sales and now what you're gonna do this year?
Well, I'll tell you, the last 12 months, we've done 1.34 million in sales.
You got it.
Oh, this crap?
From this little thing.
A lot of chill anglers out there.
Was not expecting that answer.
I'm surprised by the sales too. What? They go on to talk about how this year they're doing, the year they pitched, they were doing about 1.7 and 1.8. They did get a deal from Robert in the end. So a couple things going on there. Inventor, they mentioned that, and I did check them out. So I want to showcase this real quick. So they got their patent in 2020. The Chillin' Reel. This is here's their homepage. Reel 'em in cold. Love it. Reel 'em in cold.
Love the puns.
For sure. So let's see, they were talking about a patent earlier. If I go back. They got their patent granted. This is for a utility patent, and it was a utility patent. You know that because there's not a D here, and it's granted as of July 7th, 2020 to Jacob Rutledge, Sand Springs, Oklahoma. And I like to go, I like to look at the pictures, but what's important with the utility patent, of course, is the written claims. And I would look at that. They've got it pretty well drawn, looks professionally drawn. They hired an attorney to do it. First claim is their independent claim. It's a fishing cooler. Fishing cooler.
Interesting. Huh?
Prizing a lure. And it's a container, insulating, right? So like a koozie, a spool on the side of it. The spool's got to be a conical or frustro conical shape. Fishing line attached to it on one end, and on a second end attached to a lure. That's it. So they did good. I think it's well done, well described. It's nice and broad. They can cover any type of a koozie, as long as there's a spool on the side. So that's my take on the patent. I don't have anything critical necessarily to say, other than I think one thing they should do is, in order to monetize it a little better, and probably what they ended up doing already since then, is assigning it to a company. Right now it's owned by an individual.
Mm-hmm.
Our way to be able to go B2B and avoid personal liabilities, to make sure you've assigned it.
Yeah, JB, he's got the trademark owned by him too, as an individual.
Okay.
So
yeah.
I'm assuming there was no LLC or corporation set up at the time that they filed these trademarks and patents.
Yeah.
But yeah, you'd certainly want him to assign those to a company, so that he's not personally, liable for, anything essentially. And typically in these situations, when I see an individual own a trademark application or registration like this, probably the same on the patent side, there's probably no licensing agreement between, the individual owner and the company that's actually selling the product, making the product.
Right. Yeah.
There should be, right?
There should be. Yeah, you got it.
Otherwise, you can pierce that corporate veil pretty easily.
Did they protect the logo? Which we saw that kind of fish jump in the chill. I
didn't see it. Okay. I just saw chill and reel, but they could have separately filed an application to protect the slogan too.
The reel 'em in cold.
Reel 'em in cold. Let me. I know you had an interesting spelling on that. Let me
do
a quick search, and I'll let you know what I find here.
Yeah, take a peek. Dave, what are your reactions there to that pitch and the product?
It's a great invention. I completely understand for the little guys. You're not going for marlin out there. You're just hanging out and catching a buzz and hopefully catching some fish.
Yeah, I guess I am. Yeah, and it was nice they showed that video and you can kind of get it, but there's basically no drag on it, right? So you get something big, you're losing your whole drink probably. Right. But or you can just hang on. Right? I mean, it'd be fun. It'd be something. It's definitely in that novelty area, I would say. They managed to sell it. Well, what they did say later, and I watched the pitch earlier, I don't want to go on too far. There's always a backstory. So to get that $1 million in revenue, they spent $400,000 in marketing. So it's a ton of expense, right? Just trying to get the product out.
Does not surprise me.
Yeah. And the net they were talking in the first year was just 70 grand. Okay. Out of all that. And then this year, or the current year, they were actually negative profit. So, it wasn't all looking all that good on the books. So
Amazon's a really tough place to play. I mean, 40% marketing is totally acceptable for most folks on Amazon.
Yeah. You mentioned where you're at with your product in terms of product placement or spend on marketing?
We are, and the our company is, they're pushing to market it on Amazon as well, but I'm doing some of my own on the side, and so I think the combination of forces, we don't have the money to spend $400,000 on.
Right. Well, is it true on a percentage wise? Is that fair?
Yeah, I would say so.
30-40+%. Yeah. Goodness. Well, makes you wonder.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of profitability on these product kind of companies, right? If you're making 10% on a product, right, margin profit at the end of the day, like that's good. Right? If you make 20, it's like incredible. Right?
Are you guys doing that for Tiger Tail?
Yeah, right around 10 to 15 was kind of where we ended up being before we sold it.
Got it.